Hi, welcome to my channel. It's Di Swan here. It's just time for journal time. Now I'm doing another page in my journal that I started from a upcycled novel book with a hardcover, and just preparing the page for more layers. I love using this particular spatula. It just spreads the gesso so thinly and I get a nice flat coat, which I'm after today. Now this is a second page that I created. The page where my hand is as I'm drawing actually was the page I was going to record, but things went haywire. I ended up not liking it, so I dried it and left it and thought I'd start another page, and this is where I'm going. So I'm using yellow, black and white in the base of this. I went and found all my washi tapes that were in those colour range, and you'll see me here adding them to the page. As I come to the end of this, I've just cleaned a spot and I'm placing some masking tape down, and I'm using a stamp to stamp on it to actually create my own patterned washi tape. I've actually also created a video to show you how I've actually done this. It's quite easy and it actually works out quite cheap. Now I'm getting a stencil, one of my favourites, which is the circle, so you'll probably find that I use that quite a bit. Now I've just adding some yellow paint to the modelling paste and just giving it a good stir with my spatula and adding it to the page. So again, going with the yellow colour range, and it will add some more texture to my background. And as you can see, the spatula picks up quite a lot, and you don't have hardly any waste of what I've actually created of the yellow modelling paste. Now I'm just going to clear gesso as much as I can. These are some photos of the finished background. Now I had some technical difficulties again, and I lost the recording of me doing the next stage, which I used the magical shakers from Lindy Gang, and also just getting into the words that I'm actually going to place. And I actually posted on my Facebook page to see if people could actually work out what the wording was. So far I haven't had much response, but that's fine. So here I'm actually using the embossing Versamark so I can actually add some black embossing powder onto these letters. I did try to colour them, but they just didn't come up the way I wanted to them. I thought black would be the better choice here. So then I'll just take them all out using some tweezers and heat seal the embossing paper powder. And using a folded card like I do, and this is one I use quite often, I can put it back into the container. So that little button I pressed was actually a stop button to stop the recording. I've actually now set up a overhead recording station so that you can actually see what I'm doing easier. So now I'm just penciling some circles to go on with the circle from in the background. So I'm just using the inside of some washi tape. Now I'm just smudging the pencil in, and not sure if I like that, so I'm just going to now add some white paint into the circles. And as the Lindy Gang hadn't been sealed, it's actually coming through, which is fine. It's not a mistake, it's just how it works out. So I'm just going to add some white acrylic paint to the circles. And now using my Ecoline brush pen in black, I've just redrawn in the circles, and as this is a watercolour pen, I'm now just bleeding it with a water brush and shadowing it into the circle to enhance those circles. As I was doing it, I realised that I hadn't quite got the angle right, as the brightness on this page is actually depicting as coming from the top left hand down. So I'm just going to fix it as I'm going. I'm also adding some more white acrylic just to get the depth going on these circles. Now I've nearly finished these circles, so now I'm just going to get some stamps out, just add a little bit more depth to the background and just stamping it. These are from Kazaz, and they are the hand-drawn borders, which comes as an uncut set from Kazaz. As I was a consultant, this is where I obtained these. So now I've found some little words that I had printed on some clear sticker sheets. I'm just adding some wording into the circles. Now using some liquid pearls in white, I'm just adding my standard circles, little dots that I do at some of the edging. So here's my wording. Craft heals me. It means quite a bit to me because it's actually how I believe what craft does for me. It actually helps me deal with my life as it is now. I suffer from fibromyalgia and rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, and I'm able to clear my mind while crafting. I can actually write down my feelings and cover it up with something pretty or sometimes really good, sometimes so-so, but I'm also finding I'm loving the journey and actually showing people how I do what I do. So now I'm just going to add some more of the liquid glossy accents, which is, or liquid glass, whichever company you utilise, and I'm just adding some pretty little sequences to the page. And as you see, I actually add things in groups of 3 or 5s. It's always an odd number. I never put anything even on. It's just for some reason it's something that was taught to me that you always do an odd number as for focal points, and it's what I do. So now I'm trying to use my Posca pen, and I think it's getting empty, and it also gets clogged up as you're doing stuff, and if the paint's not dry or it's something that reactivates, it often will catch, which is a shame. It's really hard with the white. The blacks work fine, but white is a little bit harder. I actually managed to get some splatters out of it as well as I was trying to get it going, but I'll persevere and I continue on, and I'm putting some more dots and splatters through the page just to add a little bit more. This is a different pen. I've actually got a few, so I've got about 3 white and 3 black, and then a whole mix of smaller colours which actually work fine. And here I'm signing. I've just started doing this. It says Kappa and the date I've done it. And now I'm just adding some dots to the lettering just to break it with a bit of doodling as such, and dots seem to work in my favour, and I'll just add them where I see fit as I'm doing it, as you would have seen from some of my previous pieces. Now I've decided trying to add some white paint, which didn't really work. Using some of those stamps that I previously used just didn't work. So I've now even tried the Kaiser ink white pigment, and that didn't even show. So it was actually an experiment. It didn't work, so I just keep going. So now I'm just adding some couple of hearts, which was also in the little container with the sequences, and some more. This is icy stickles and into the things, and of course some more dots with the liquid pearls, and it's almost done. And finished product. I hope you enjoyed it. So be awesome, be bold, and craft away. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more. Be safe and be happy. Bye.